Well, guys, I'm still home, and look how this guy parked next to me.
I've been parked for a few days, and Prime decided to get super close to me, and his landing gear sunk. So now his trailer's twisted, almost pushing against my truck, the trailer. Super fun. I wonder if this is a million-mile driver who knows everything, right? I can tell you one thing, he got his stuff strapped on there. It's secured damn good.
Ubiest of the tubiest. The best YouTube subscribers on the planet. That's you. And I'm 50 plus. Yes, I'm at home, and I'm home because I still cannot deliver to my customer. We're still kind of in crappy shape here in Houston, man. I think the roads are a lot better. However, still have like rolling blackouts and some areas they ain't even rolling; they just blacked out. I don't have any electricity, and I believe that's what's going on at my customer. So I get to kind of hang out at the house for a while, but Melton does pay some layover time, so it's pretty cool, man. I use layover time to sit at home while I wait for them to get this worked out. Probably be a different situation if I was somewhere at a truck stop, stuck in the truck and not able to move. It would be they wouldn't be able to give me enough money to keep me happy. I'd be livid by now. I mean, it's all week. Being stuck in that cab of that truck all week. I mean, dude, it comes to a point where it's just nothing can happen that's going to make you happy. It gets bad. Okay. So, fortunately not to deal with that. So anyways, I parked Friday, probably 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe before then, 7 o'clock in the morning on Friday, and then go to the funeral, right? So, I went back on Sunday morning. I think it was Sunday morning. I went back, start the truck up, let it run for a while, and that's when I saw first saw that Prime step deck part next to me, and I was like, man, why the hell this guy? Why had to get so close to me? I don't get. I mean, that guy is literally, you can't walk between the truck and trailers. I mean, well, it's actually the trailers side by side, not the trucks, because he's facing one direction, I'm facing the right direction. And the back of his DOT bumpers is right about where the front of my trailer is, okay? But he dropped, of course, and bobtailed to a truck stop. Maybe I don't know what he did, but he disconnected from the trailer, left the trailer with his load there, and then it started raining. Actually, it rained on Friday, so because it rained, was at the funeral, so it rained Friday, it rained some Saturday, and it ain't stopped. So now his landing gear is sunk down into the ground, and that is a very common occurrence over there at that area, and Ain't my business. I really don't care. But the problem is he parked so close to me that his trailer starts leaning. And it's inches from his load leaning against my load. So I ended up having to pull out and then angle some and go back in. So basically his trailer is like this, mine's like this. I pulled up, snaked a little bit like that, and then did this. So now my trailer is actually next to his trailer like that, but it's more gap. Luckily, because the person that's on the other side of me is bobtail. So my trailer is like, I'm kind of parked like this. So my trailer is, and that bobtail's here. So I kind of pivoted my trailer like that. So his trailer would have some room whenever they come with a forklift or a tow truck to dig those landing gears out of the ground for that guys. And I don't get it, man. He could turn around and went the right direction, because there's actually a concrete strip that goes across the yard where you're supposed to put the landing gears on the concrete strips that on the dirt. But it is what it is. So look, man, I don't know, man. I get these questions quite a bit, and I've always gotten them. But he says, I'm searching for a company that will pay me while, in caps, while I get my CDL. It's been difficult looking. Yeah. I can't seem to find a straight answer. You're not going to find a straight answer, okay? Can't quite afford to wait until I get my CDL. I need income. Any suggestions? Now, I say that to you guys. Maybe you guys have a suggestion. You know a company that will actually give you paychecks while you're in CDL school. I'm not saying, and he's not saying, that he wants to get paid, like a lot of companies do, right out of CDL school, and you're hired, and then you go through orientation. At the end of orientation, they give you a check. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what he's talking about. What he's talking about is you show up day one of CDL school, and you're on the clock, and then every week they give you a paycheck. Let me say this, man. So you run this company, and some guy comes up to you and says, okay, here's my application, and you start teaching me how to do this job, and start paying me right now while you're teaching me how to do this job. And if it turns out that I can perform this job and you hire me, then it's all good. But you need to be paying me while you teaching me how to perform this job. And you're not gonna make anything off of it. We're just in a class type situation. It's not like you're doing some on the job training with me. It's just that we're sitting in the classroom. You're teaching me something. I want you to pay me for you to teach me. And at the end, I'm gonna take a test, and if I pass that test, and then I can come work for you. If I fail that test, and I can't do this job, or you find out later on that I'm stuck on heroin or some shit, well, you just pay me, and you don't get nothing out of it, and I don't owe you anything. I just get to walk away, and the company loses everything. That's this situation, okay? And the fact is that latter part happens more often than you think. It really does. Yeah, I'm willing to bet you some people are going to come in on this video, and they're going to tell you that when they went to CDL school, as I did, I had 3 roommates through CDL school. 3. The first one, he showed up before I did. Okay, we had to share a hotel room, right? First night, no problem. He was already in bed when I got there. We woke up the next morning, drove to the school. he went into one class, both the same day, first start at the same time, but I showed up with my permit. So I skipped the permit class. He went to permit class. I went into the next level, okay? And then we left when the class was over. We went home. Okay, now everybody who had just started that day had to go do the first day. You go do your P test and your hair follicle test and your physical, and then you start classroom later on the end of, toward the end of the second half of the day. And then, like the next day, you're going to start getting some of this shit back, right? So, excuse me. That night, well, not that night, but that day when we finished the first day, right? He went to, like I said, he went to permit class. I went to the next level. But when we got back, he had stuff to study because he needed to take the permit. I didn't. I had, everything we did in class, right? So he's at the table in the hotel room studying, and he's struggling because English isn't his first language. And, so I decided to kind of help him out a little bit, and I said, hey, look, I passed all mine using this CDL test prep app. Why don't you use my tablet and play with the app a little bit, and kind of refresh, study up on these questions, how they're going to look and that sort of thing, right? So he did that for about 5 minutes. I promise you, we hadn't been in the room, back from school. We hadn't been in the room 30 minutes for sure. Guy says, I got to go to the store, man. I got to get something to drink and, a little snack or something. I said, all right, go ahead. I bought me some stuff, right? So he left. He came back with an 18-pack of beer. He said, I need to drink this 18-pack of beer before I go to sleep, or else I'm not going to be able to sleep. I said, what the fuck? 18-pack of beer? Bullshit. That dude did this. He opened one, and it would be like, like you just taking a drink of Coke, but that's what he did with a can of beer, like this. Literally that drink, and that can was empty. He crushed it and put it in a trash can and opened up another one. Just like that. It literally took him about maybe 8 seconds or something like that to drink that can of beer. Dude, I was like, what the fuck? I went ahead and mind my own business. I really don't. Yeah, then he didn't know how to use the freaking laptop and the app shit, so I took my shit back. But he sat there with that book and played with it a little bit. The next day, he shows up to class, okay? And as it turns out, he had some medications on his list of medications that he takes. One was a sleep aid, and it's on the list of medication that you can't have. So he needed to get a letter from his doctor to say that he wasn't going to take it no more. Excuse me. And so, amongst other things, he just didn't make it. He didn't make it. This dude showed up as an alcoholic. He showed up to CDL school. Excuse me. Number one, I'm yawning because I'm tired. Okay, I'm not resting really well lately. Number two is I'm having trouble. I'll hear me clear my throat and coughing and eyes running and everything because, man, I just made some what I call the Hawaiian habanero hot sauce. So it's got habaneros, mangoes, cilantro, kiwi, pineapple, strawberries. I'm sorry, not mangoes, but the kiwi, strawberries, pineapple, shit like that. But anyways, it's really good. It's really good. But the first time I made it, it was good. but it didn't have enough bite. So this time in the batch, I put in 2 Carolina Reapers. Dude, my eyes are still watering, and it's rough, bro. So that's kind of what's going on with me right now. So just let this kind of wear off a little bit, and then it'll be all right. But that's some powerful stuff. It's good, but holy cow, you can't really do much with it. But anyways, back to my point. Let's just say the guy shows up and he's getting paid to show up to CDL school, not, to come to work. You ain't even hired yet, but he's getting paid like this guy wants to happen. He knows he's an alcoholic. He may not admit it. Well, hey, maybe you don't know he's an alcoholic, but if your ass got to drink 18 beers every night before you go to sleep, how no shit you're gonna be on the road driving 18-wheel OTR? Come on, man. But people will do that. They'll do that, with felonies lingering over their head. They'll do it with knowing that they, like weed. Still weed. I get a lot of questions. I mean, a lot of people ask me this question: how far back does the hair follicle test go? Or how long do I have to be clean before I pass a hair follicle test? These people ask me this question. I bet you I get that 2 or 3 times a week, easy, and have gotten it since I started doing this. Easy. I'm telling you, man, that for a company to pay you, you're not even hired yet, but they paying you to go to the school based off of the stuff that you've given them and what they've been able to obtain at that time. Pay you $300, $400, $500 a week. They get nothing out of it except you going to CDL school, and there's not even a guarantee that you will be hireable, or that once you finish CDL school and you have your CDL, that you will actually go to work for them. I'm telling you, dude. Next roommate. Okay, the next roommate I get, he starts. I'm in my 2nd week now. Monday comes around. Monday, new group come through, got me a new roommate. Okay, I went home. I came back, and when I got back, it's another set of luggage in my room. Right, so cool. I got a new roommate. So this dude shows up. Seems like a pretty cool guy, attitude's great, all that kind of stuff. Pretty cool dude. We go to class, come back home, come back to the room that night, and we ate and chit-chatted and everything. Guy seemed like to be a good dude. 2nd day. Hey man, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here, because I think they have a problem with my test, my drug screen. I don't know, dude. Seems like pretty good, dude. No problem. So that was like Tuesday or Wednesday, because those tests come back really quick. But when they have a drug test kind of like this here, then they have to dig deeper and make sure. Thursday, he found me at the yard. He said, "Hey man," because he ride with me back and forth. He said, "Hey man, I'm not gonna be able to return. I got to go home and get some stuff straight to come back, because they're saying that my drug test came back positive, and for what they say it came back for, I know I don't do that." So I said, "Well, let me do." And there's like a little lunch break in between in the school, right? So I drove him back to the hotel room, and he packed his shit, right? But he didn't leave right then because they got to get him a bus ticket, okay? So I took the bus ticket with me. The lady at the office there in Coastal County, she gave me his bus tickets and everything, and a bus information. And then I took it back to the hotel room, and then I took him to the bus station, right? So when I get back to the hotel room, he says, man, they sending me home because my drug test came back positive for cocaine. And I don't do cocaine. I smoke weed, but I don't do no cocaine. So maybe, the cocaine fairy came through there and blew it in his nose while he was asleep. I don't know what the hell. More likely than not, he was smoking weed with his boys, and he was smoking Supremos. Didn't know that it had, some coke in that blunt, but he got it in his system. They sent him home. Failed drug test, and he failed a DOT drug test, dude. That's not cool. You will not get a driving job for quite a while because you can't. You failed a drug test, a DOT drug test, dude. That's just not cool. You need to make sure your shit is all the way good and clear before you go take a DOT physical and a drug test, because your goddamn ass failed that drug test. You done. Not good, man. Not good. Okay. That's two. And the third one, he drove like farm trucks or something like that. But whatever he was, no, I'm sorry. He worked for a oil field company. That's what it is. He worked for an oil field company, and they sent him there to get his CDL. And this is his story, okay? I'm just telling you, I had no reason to not doubt the guy, but they paid for his school. They said the school was going to pay for his school up in cash, but when they're done with, and he got his CDL, he was going back to the oil field. He was not going to work for Swift, okay? And in all three of my roommates, I'm 0-3. Every one of them had issues. Every one. So in either occasion, if they had been drawing a paycheck just to go to CDL school, the company lose all three times. All three. And that's the reason why they don't do that shit, man. They'll pay you to go to school. You may, you might be a DD and then it can't pass. Or a drug head, or just don't, just don't have a good firm grip on reality. There's a whole lot of reasons why they can't do that shit. So now, other side of that, let's just say you went to, I don't know, let's say Prime, and they gave you a stipend while you went to CDL school. Man, they paid you while you went to CDL school. But that's not them paying you. They're putting money in your pocket. I don't know how much it is, $200-300 a week. I don't know what it is. Okay, but you got to pay that money back. You don't work for them. They can't pay you for going to school. You are not an employee. That's not like, extra training that you got after you was hired. Yet you're not even hired yet. They're not going to hire you if you can't get a CDL. You're supposed to be going for a truck driving job, right? But some of these companies, they will float you a loan, so to speak. But that's a loan. It is not pay for you to go to work, go to school, okay? Now, I don't know. I'm not a jack of everything. I don't know everything. But, we got almost 5,000 people subscribe to this channel. Not all 5,000 watch this movie and definitely video, and definitely they don't all thumbs up. Some of them don't do nothing. Y'all got to do this. Okay, I mean, it does help. I don't care which YouTube channel you go to, who you watch. Look, man, if you watch somebody's video, the very, very, very least you can do for that person, I don't care who it is, the very least you could do for them is just thumbs up their video. We take time to do this. We're trying to give you good information or entertain you or, vent, let you be our pincushion or whatever it is you logged on for. Man, it makes a big deal to do that because it helps us with YouTube's algorithms, okay? So do that for everybody video you watch. I do it, and I have fun doing it. I mean, just go through it and watch 5 minutes of it. I don't want to watch the shit, but I still thumbs up before I leave, okay? So guys, do that, do that for everybody. Do it for me. I appreciate it, okay? So the bottom line is at 24 goddamn minutes of me rambling on about bullshit. Listen, don't park so goddamn close to me and let your goddamn landing gear sink in the dirt to lean your goddamn load against me. Don't goddamn do that. And if y'all know somebody who will, or some company who will actually give you free money to go to CDL school, please don't. Y'all know this channel, man. We're rookies helping rookies, okay? This is a helpful channel, positive, helpful channel. If you have not guess, not I think, not maybe, I give you guys truths and facts. Oh, that's it. It's what I give you. If you're going to share some information, know what you're talking about, okay? Know it for a fact. Either have experienced it or know somebody who's experienced it, but got firsthand information that what you're saying is true. Then let's, let this young man know who that company is, because they obviously want to get into trucking, but they need that steady flow of income. Okay, so let's see if we can help him out. Okay, don't park next to me and help out this guy. They gonna park next to me all foot apart and shit, leaning in the damn dirt. Y'all crazy boot. Goddamn. Oh shit.